Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. The issue of the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nisa Rufai, has not ended at all. Don't forget that some weeks back, the NBA was divided into fractions simply because they called out Malam Nisa Rufai to be delisted from the guest speakers of the conference that held some weeks back. Of course, it generated to the level where NBA was now fracas, was divided into so many branches, of which now led to gazetting, and the fact that they have been moved to see how they can strip the AGF Malami, his son, senior advocate of Nigeria title. So many things has happened just because of that issue of calling out Malam Nisa Erufa over the issue of Southern Kaduna crisis. Well, it is not yet over, as 7,000 people have signed over the issue of petition against Malam Nisa Erufa. But before we go into the newspaper and for the analysis, we do like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Amid reports that the United States government has placed a visa restriction on Kaduna State Governor Nasir Rufai, at least 7,000 people have signed a petition calling on the United Kingdom and the European Union to follow suit. Don't forget that during this political era, there have been petitions and counter petitions, but also there have been issues of where United States are actually barring political people or politicians, corrupt politicians who have been found guilty of rigging election or into election malpractice. And a lot of people have said that there are a lot of grapevine that said that Nisa Erufai's name was allegedly in that list, but has been extended even much more. Well, the list is now saying that Erufai, at least 7,000 people have signed that petition calling on the United Kingdom and European Union also to do same to Rufai, where the petition, which was initiated by former presidential aide Reno on Tuesday, was addressed to the United Kingdom Parliament, the United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Council of the European Union, and the European Parliament. Well, it was found out that on check.org showed that the petition had hit 7,000 as at 11:15 a.m. as at today. Omokri, who initiated the petition, accused Malam Rufai of being a threat to the peace and security of Nigeria for many reasons. He noted that on December 3rd, 2016, the governor admitted that he paid herdsmen who had been accused of killing several persons. Since that admission, there had been an intense escalation of killings of mostly Christians in Kaduna. And on August 25th, 2020, suspected herdsmen abducted 7 school children and their teacher from Prince Academy in Kaduna. They have not been seen or heard of since then, Omokri said. Omokri, who was a social media aide to former President Goodluck Abela Jonathan, said El-Rufai on January 27th, 2013 insulted Jesus Christ on Twitter. The petition further read on February 6th, 2019, he threatened foreign observers, including observers from the European Union and United Kingdom, with that, warning that they would return in body bags should they intervene in Nigeria. On July 15, 2012, Nasir El-Rufai said, and I quote, "We will write this for all to read. Anyone, soldier or not, that kills the Fulani takes a loan repayable one day, no matter how long it takes. This threat has been carried out in southern Kaduna, where there is an ongoing genocide of Christians under El-Rufai's watch." All these are petitions written by Reno Onkri. Let's continue. Reno Onkri said on August 23rd, 2019, the governor charged the Anglican Bishop of Zara province of Kaduna, Abiodun Ogunyemi, for defamation. On April 24th, 2019, another of his sons, Basir El-Rufai, described the pogrom against Igbos as sweet. It is for this reason that Nigerian citizens call on the government of the United Kingdom and the European Union Presidency to follow the lead of the United States and place a visa ban on Nasir El-Rufai, who is scheming to become Nigerian president, to prevent a Rwandan-style genocide in Nigeria, he said. Attempts to get a response from the governor's office proved abortive as the spokesman, Mr. Muyiwa Adekeye, rejected calls and had yet to respond to a text message as at the time of filing the report. The Nigerian Bar Association had last month invited Rufai to speak at its annual general conference, but the NBA later withdrew the invitation amid several petitions. The governor has been accused of mismanaging the diversity of Kaduna State, which has led to the killings of hundreds of persons, mostly in southern Kaduna. He was also accused of human rights abuse, including ensuring the prolonged and illegal detention of government critics. Wow, this is really strong. I must say, Reno has taken it a step further. I'm very sure Nigerians wasn't even expecting this. On international scale, that of NBA was actually on national scale, but this is international scale. Well, as at this time, the governor of Kaduna State is yet to reply. Of course, he will reply either via his media persons or himself. But let's quickly feel the pulse of Nigeria over this, because honestly, Nigerians will react. Don't forget that these ongoing elections, that campaign very close to Edo 2020, Edo this time and Ondo, there've been so many. In fact, there've been so much fear in the land that let it not be some sort of war, because it's just a case of governorship election, but it's almost degenerated to something else. You can imagine the level of deployment people have. The security services, security officials have gone down there as if they're trying to wage some sort of war. But these are the things that Nigerians are talking about, and if you see politicians playing games over this matter, and these are the things we're all scared of. Now, with all this happening and Mr. Erifa being called out, it's worrisome. But let's see how he's going to react to this. But let's just quickly take one or two reactions over this. This one here is saying, Erifa think his most in NBA will save him. As usual, your son should insult the United Kingdom. Well, but if it's to call names, they don't have problem calling names. It's a free word, like they usually say. But to go a long way, it doesn't speak well, really, with all the powers, with all the position one holds, and you can't commend respect or commend, yeah, respect. That's the word for your fellow compatriots or even international body. It's worrisome. Well, these are statements made in the time past that Reno Omokri just took his time and compiled and reminded the international body that they shouldn't keep mute and they should look at this critically. If because of Erufai NBA, a body known and respected for its power, okay, is an embodiment, the apex of MBA, I'm talking about apex of lawyers in Nigeria, have been divided into lines of religious lines, and yeah, religious lines, all and ethnicity, all because of the disinvite of Madam Lisa Erufai. It shouldn't have degenerated to that level, despite the warnings, despite the plea, despite the public apology that the NBA officials did. It fell on deaf ears, and now NBA have been divided into some subgroups, and the worst part is that they have gazetted their powers and they have reduced their power to ordinary bar association, where you don't really need their stamp to make things happen. Of course, the senior advocates of Nigerians in NBA have decided to move motions to see how they can, not necessarily stop it, but at least maybe probably strip the AGF over this power, but whatever over the his son or title, but whatever the case is, it is getting messier as Nigerians have decided to take it out of Nigeria and into the international body. Well, we do not know how this will fall into, but I guess it will not be a trend. It obviously will be a trend. If this works out, I guess the next line of actions Nigerians will start doing is to begin to write petitions on international scale to see how they can bring their erring politicians into order, or probably give them bans with hope that it will go beyond bans as time moves on. I guess these are one of the reasons why the government of the day are not very comfortable with the issue of social media bill, because if the social media bill was up and running, and if there has been some sort of ban over issues of something like this, there won't have been a situation of Nigeria getting comfortable making such high call, such high order. But doing that, saying they should put social media bill, is infringement of our democratic rights, because there should be freedom of expression, there should be freedom of movement, there should also be freedom, of course, within jurisdictions, of course. You cannot, because you are doing a freedom of expression, you now infringe on my right of also safety. But that's what we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on this very bold step that Reno Omokri, the former media person of the ex-president of Nigeria, talking of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, of course, in the person of Reno Omokri? If you ask me, that's a very big and practical bold step. Let's put in that comment section. Do you think this will, don't forget that before now, Reno Omokri had actually done something similar, but it was to Tinubu, to EFCC. But this is no one has power of over the UK and the European Union. This is strictly an international level. There's no mago and manipulation here. Let's put in that comment section. Do you think there will be a headway on this? And if there's going to be a headway, do you think it's going to be a new trend to keep our politicians in order? Let's interact in that comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more.